let us take the next illustration where we have to journalize the following transaction. Before journalizing the following transaction, first we have to prepare a journal account. So, coming to journal account, the format will be date, particulars, ledger folio, debit and credit. So, now in this format we are going to record the journal entries. So, let us take the illustration here. We have certain entries in the month of December. So, here the first transaction we have on December 1st. Hema started business with cash of rupees 1 lakh. So, here the business was started with a capital of rupees 1 lakh, where the cash is entering into the business and in the another side it is towards the capital. Let us see what is the journal entry for this. In date column we are going to record December 1st. So, the entry will be here cash account debtor to capital account, 1 lakh debit and 1 lakh credit. Narration being business commenced with cash. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 2nd. Opened a bank account with SBI. So, amount is 30,000. So, here we are opening a bank account. One side the amount was deposited into the bank and another side the cash was going outside the business. Let us see the journal entry for this. Date December 2nd, bank account debtor to cash account, 30,000 debit, 30,000 credit. Narration being an account opened with SBI. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 4th. Purchased goods from Ashu, 20,000. So, here the goods were purchased from Ashu and it is not specified that whether it is for cash or credit. When the particular purchaser's name is given, it will be considered as the goods were purchased on credit. Let us take the journal entry for this. Date December 4 and the entry will be purchaser's account debtor to Ashu account, 20,000 debit, 20,000 credit. Narration being goods purchased from Ashu on credit. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 6th. So, the transaction here is sold goods to Rahul for cash 15,000. So, here it is specified that the goods were sold to Rahul for cash. So, here it is very clear that the goods were sold on cash. Let us take the journal entry for this. The date will be December 6th. The entry will be cash account debtor to sales account, 15,000 debit, 15,000 credit. Narration being goods sold to Rahul on cash. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 10th. Brought goods from Tara for cash, 40,000. So, again here it is specified that the goods were purchased from Tara, but it is on cash. Let us take the journal entry for this. Date will be December 10 and the entry will be here purchases account debtor to cash account, 40,000 debit and 40,000 credit. Narration being goods purchased from Tara on cash. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 13th. Sold goods to Suman, 20,000. So, here it is not specified that the goods were sold on cash. It means the goods were sold on credit. Let us take the journal entry for this. Date will be December 13th and the entry will be Suman account debtor to sales account, 20,000 debit, 20,000 credit. Narration being goods sold on credit. Next transaction we have on December 16th. Received check from Suman, 19,500 and allowed a discount of rupees 500. So, we are receiving a cash of rupees 19,500. In the sense we are receiving a check of rupees 19,500 and we are allowing a discount of rupees 500. So, here the receiver will be debited. Again the discount what we are allowing, that will also be debited here, because the discount what we are allowing is an expense and that expense or that loss will be coming into the category of nominal account, where the rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Let us see the journal entry for this. The date will be December 16th and the entry will be bank account debtor, discount account debtor to Suman account. Bank account debtor in debit column 19,500, discount account debtor in debit column 500 to Suman account in credit column 20,000. Narration: being check received from Suman and allowed a discount of rupees 500. Let us see the next transaction which we have on December 20th. Check given to Ashu on account 10,000. So the check was given to Ashu here. Ashu is the receiver, that will be debited. Let us see in the journal account. The date will be December 20th. Ashu account debtor to bank account 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Narration: being check given to Ashu on final settlement. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 22nd. Rent paid by check 2,000. So rent is an expenses which will be coming into the category of nominal account, where debit all expenses and losses. Let us take the journal entry for this. Date will be December 22nd. Rent account debtor to bank account 2,000 debit, 2,000 credit. Narration: being rent paid by check. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 23rd. Deposited into bank 16,000. So here the cash was deposited into the bank. So let us take the journal entry for this. December 23rd, bank account debtor to cash account 16,000 debit, 16,000 credit. Narration: being cash deposited into bank. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 25th. Machine purchased from Parigya 10,000. So here the machine was purchased from Parigya. One side the machine is coming inside the organization. Instead of cash, we are purchasing that machine on the credit basis. So here the creditor's name have to be recorded. So let us take in the journal account December 25th. Machine account debtor to Parigya account 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Narration: being machine purchased from Parigya on credit. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 26th. Trade expenses 2,000. So again the expenses were paid which will be debited. So let us take the journal entry for this. December 26th. Trade expenses account debtor to cash account 2,000 debit, 2,000 credit. Narration: being trade expenses paid. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 28. So December 28 we have check issued to Parigya 10,000. So we are issuing a check to Parigya here. Parigya is the receiver which will be debited here, and we are going to give the check, the bank will be credited. It is for rupees 10,000. Let us take journal entry for this. The date will be December 28. Here Parigya account debtor to bank account 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Narration: being check issued to Parigya. Let us take the next transaction which we have on December 29th. Paid telephone expenses by check 1,200. Again expenses were paid here which will be debited. Journal entry for this. Date December 29th. Telephone expenses account debtor to bank account 1,200 debit, 1,200 credit. Narration: being telephone expenses paid. So let us take the next transaction which we have on December 31st. Paid salary 4,500. Again salary was an expense here which was paid, that should be debited. Let us take the journal entry for this. December 31st. Salary account debtor to cash account 4,500 debit, and 4,500 credit. Narration being salary paid. Let me repeat once again here. Whenever the expenses paid and it is not mentioned that it is by check, it will be considered as cash. Whenever it is mentioned as check, it will be considered as bank.